Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my Thankful 30 Traveler's Notebook. I went ahead and trimmed down one of my Field Notes Traveler's Notebooks. I really love this quarterly subscription that I have, and this month they sent out these beautiful colors, like fall colors with the embossed leaves, so I thought it would work perfectly for my Thankful 30. I'm also using my Feed Your Craft, my Thankful 30 2019 kit, and a few stamp sets from Feed Your Craft. End up using a lot of my Kelly Perky alpha stamps as well. But I'm going to start with my intro page. Now, I had chosen a different traveler's notebook, by the way, but because I love these from Field Notes, I was like, you know what, I changed my mind, and I'm going to try to recreate that intro page that I did for the first traveler's notebook that I thought I would use. I'm going to use Carrie Bradford's Mad About Plaid stamp set for my background, and then I'm going to go through my kit. I end up using some of the vellum pieces that came in the kit. They're gorgeous, and I use those to add a little layering and a little title for my notebook. And I'll just run them through my Xyron machine, add them to my intro page, and I believe I end up stamping using my Thankful 30 stamp set. Now, I get this question a lot. Last year, I used the same size traveler's notebook for my Thankful 30. A lot of people ask me how I trimmed it down, and it's so simple to do. I use a tonic trimmer, one of those large ones, and it's always linked in my Amazon shop if you want to check it out. But I've had that trimmer for years. I'm telling you, over 10 years, and it cuts like butter. It goes through these pages really easily, and all I do is I open my notebook to the center and then trim off the top and the bottom part. That way it gives me also the it removes the rounded corners from the field note, which I'm not a big fan of, and I can make it smaller to fit my cards and photos. Now I'm sticking to what I did last year, which was a photo and a journaling card. And these cards came with the kit, so I went ahead and added my journaling. Now, day one was something about your personality, so I journaled about that, and I'm just using my alpha stamps to stamp me. I'm going to go ahead and stick that to the left side of my spread, and then I'll add my photo to the right side of my spread. I really want to keep it cohesive. This is a great way to be able to finish a project, keeping everything cohesive and not thinking too hard about it. Now, of course, I'm going to use some, die cuts and chipboards and embellishments, but because the traveler's notebook is so small, there's not a lot for you to do, and that way the process goes by really fast. And I'm going to be able to finish 5 days in one sitting, which is pretty awesome. Went ahead and started embellishing. I just added little labels and a chipboard. Like I said earlier, you really don't have to add much because the space is so small, but I do want to start working on the right side. Now, I want to stick to cohesiveness, so what I decided to do was use this circle wreath from the stamp set, and you can add the days in that wreath. So you can add day 1, day 2, all that good stuff. And what I'm going to do is grab that stamp it about 5 times because I have 5 days, and I'm going to add day 1 through 5 and add that to every single photo. When I did this, I just went ahead and punched them out, but I felt like they needed some color or something right after I punched them out. So I'm going to end up backing up these circles or the days with some label stickers. I have a lot of label stickers from Kelly Perky, and this is a great way to use them and add color to my spread. So I'm going to end up backing each one to match my photo and match my layout. So this is where I felt like, it needs some color. So I'm going through my label stickers, and I'm going to end up backing it up with this really pretty tan color It matches my card very well. I'll grab another stamp from the stamp set and stamp pause and reflect right next to my label or my day and call day 1 done. Day 2's prompt is something about you physically, and I decided to journal about my feet. And I try to keep my journaling simple. I really didn't think hard about it, but I'm going to start embellishing. I started by adding my title, which is feet. I think this stamp set is from Kelly Perky. Anything I used in my video, I will link it in the description box for you guys. But once I stamp that out, I'm gonna stick down my card, grab the little pack of vellum pieces from the kit, and add a little something to the bottom of my card, just to add color and add, some cuteness to my spread. Again, because I'm sticking to, keeping these spreads very cohesive, I'm not doing anything earth-shattering or anything like that, so I'm going to be repeating myself a lot. I'm just going to let you guys watch me create, but once I'm done adding my embellishments to my card, I'm going to grab that day 2 and find a label that matches my spread. In that stamp set, there was a stamp that said thankful today, and it was like in a half a circle. So I thought it would be fun to stamp that around my feet. And I'll grab another stamp that says loving this and do a second generation stamping right above my photo, and then call day 2 done. Day 3 is all about your significant other or your best friend, and I chose to document my husband and our relationship. So I'm going to grab the stamp set, again, my alpha stamps, and add us right next to my journaling. And again, another tip here, if you're creating a project like this, get all your cards ready. So add your journaling, get them done, and once you sit down and document all these, a few days at a time, it's going to go really, really quickly. So definitely get all of that stuff done, and all you have to do at the end is just embellish. I'll also go through my label stickers to find something that matches, because I do want to add day 3 to our photo. And I'll go through my little bowl of have-tos and choose a little embellishment to add to my day 3. Again, keeping it cohesive, but at the same time, I get to play around a little bit with all my embellishments. So for the left side of my spread, I decide to use that pack of vellum and just add a few leaves and flowers at the top. I love this pack so much. There's so much to choose from, and it really adds a little something to my spread. So once I add the vellum pieces, I decide that I'm going to go back in and trim off the bottom part that I end up tucking behind my card. I don't want to lose any piece of these beautiful vellum pieces, so I end up trimming it off and adding it to the top, and that way it adds a little fullness to my leaves at the top. I don't know if that makes sense, but it made sense in my head, and I just don't want to waste anything. I'm almost done with day 3. I just needed to add some black embellishments to my spread. I just felt like it needed it, and I always feel like black kind of makes everything flow nicely and it balances everything out. So I end up adding a word sticker, and I stamp a time for thanks and call day 3 done. For day 4, it's all about your children or your pet. And of course, I'm going to be documenting my kids. So I end up stamping my kids using that Kelly Perky stamp. I love this stamp because it has the larger lowercase alphas and then the smaller lowercase alphas, so they fit really nicely and like together. So I went ahead and stamped my kids. I'm going to go through my embellishments and start adding a little bit of color to my photo and my card. I love this photo of my kids. This was back in Halloween. And by the way, I did want to mention that I don't use photos that I took at that same day for this project. I will go through my photos. If I don't have a special photo from that day, I'll go through my photos and use older photos. Do not put rules on yourself, because if you forget to take a picture one day and you're gonna put that rule on yourself that you only can use a photo from that day, you won't finish this project. So definitely go through your photos. Choose your favorites. Not a big deal. You're just documenting things that you're thankful for throughout the year, not just that month. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that thankful today, like that half circle stamp around my daughter. I really love that little stamp, and I love stamping on my photos, so it works perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and add a little something to my backed up day 4. Just for fun, I end up using a circle chipboard and a puffy heart and call the spread done. So let's move on to day 5, which is a family member, and I'm going to end up documenting my sisters. I love them both very, very much, and they're both going into my notebook or my Thankful 30. I'm going to end up stamping sisters. I made sure that I left my space for that when I added my journaling. And once I stamp that out, I'm going to go through my kit and grab those vellum pieces and add a few vellum pieces to add color and cuteness to my spread. Again, with day 5, I end up backing it up with a label sticker and calling my spread done. I'm not gonna lie to you, by day 5, I was done. I was like, okay, I can't document any more days. And that's okay, because I know by next week when I come back to document another 5 days, I'll be refreshed and ready for my project. And I definitely recommend it. I can't document day by day, so I definitely recommend, to batch your work and probably document 4 or 5 days together, and that way you can finish your project. But I did want to mention that I've done this project last year and I have a few videos on it, even a flip through. I will link it up at the eye for you guys if you're interested. But that's about it. Don't forget, I link everything I used in my videos down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.